the Gopher Broke podcast. We're coming back after the bye week to talk some Oregon. We are on the road to Eugene. We're going to get into predictions. We're going to get into some talk, but I don't know if this is the talk Gophers fans want to hear. Tap in, hit subscribe, and we'll get after it. What up? You are listening to the Gopher Broke podcast. It's Kane, Rob, and Tristyn Spann-Ford coming at you with Gophers football talk on the weekly. We are back at it after the mailbag and the bye week questions. We're getting after it with some Oregon prep and what have you. But as always, Tristyn Spann-Ford, kick us off with your gripe of the week.
I've got another one, just a basic gripe, because life is pretty good right now. I can't lie. Everything is going great. But we gotta find a way to stay in daylight savings time. We don't need to keep going back to standard time because this is the worst. You know how long people with kids or people without kids need to realize how blessed they are, because once you have kids in standard time and it gets dark at 4:00, that stretch till bedtime is so long. You can't send them outside. It just feels like this night is going on forever and it's chaos. And all you want is to sit on the couch. And it never comes. It's just endless night. So we got to figure out a way to stay in daylight savings time. I don't know who we have to write, what congressman we need to write, but something needs to change.
You got to write all of them, and it still probably won't happen. I got a gripe this week, too. My gripe is, all right, so we got these rail lines, right? You got the North Star, which goes from, like, Big Lake all the way into the Twin Cities area. You've got the blue and the green line that drops off all the way to the airport from downtown. But they're at the most inconvenient times when it comes to the North Star line. So we live pretty close to Anoka, so I was like, ooh, you know what? I can get to the airport. I don't got to Uber. I don't got to take none of that. I'll hop on the North Star, take it over to the real light rail in to the airport, right? There's like 1 or 2 times that the train runs southbound on a weekday morning, and it's at 5 something and like 7 something. And if I take the 5 o'clock one, I'm still not going to get to my flight thing on time. I need it to be running like the downtown ones that runs like every 8 to 10 minutes so I can hop on, get to the next one, and go. But no. So I looked up an Uber, right? I was like, let me look at what an Uber costs, because your boy has to be at the airport at like 5 a.m. An Uber from my apartment to the airport at like 4:30 in the morning is $70. And I was like, what? Like, what are we doing here? So my ass is gonna Uber to the light rail station for $30 and then take the light rail into the airport. But this is all so complicated. Like, I thought the point of the light rail systems was to help people so they didn't have to travel and commute as much or use gas as much. And I'm over here trying to do well for the environment. I'm trying to do well for all of it, and I can't do it. I'm just, it had me livid.
You know what you need to do? You need to call your godfather. You need to get Papa LaTroy needs to get up and drive you to the airport. That's crazy work. He's right up the street. He'll be up.
Yeah.
He'll be up. He always up early.
No, my pops is up too, but at the same time, he's going to be watching my son, who also has to go over there early. So it's just like, I was like, I got to take one. Yep, I got to take one for the team here. It's all right.
Oh, tough.
All right, let's get after it. We're going to talk some Big Ten predictions real quick before we get into the Oregon preview. We're going to fly through these because you know what? The first one's kind of surprising. I'm still running with Indiana. It's Wisconsin at Indiana, but Wisconsin, they got right. They pulled it off, beat a ranked team against Washington. Hate to see it. Do not love that whatsoever, but
blind squirrels and all that. Blind squirrels and all that? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm playing because this Wisconsin-Minnesota year is going to be, I know it's going to be stressful. That's going to be a stressful game. It's going to be a fun game. Earlier in the year, I was a lot more confident. Not as confident now. I still do think Indiana is probably gonna. That's still gonna be a rout.
29.5 point
Yep.
spread in favor of Indiana. So we're going to go ahead and rock with Indiana on
Yep.
that one. Next game, number 18, Michigan at Northwestern.
That's Michigan still. I love Northwestern this year. They're scrappy. They look good.
Here's the thing. We got Northwestern next week, and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
confident about it. I'm not confident, and I'm pretty sure the early line has it in favor of Northwestern. So we'll see what happens with that one. But I also am going to take Michigan. Then you've got number 21, Iowa at number 17, USC. I think this is going to be the Big Ten game of the week. It is 6.5 point line in favor of USC. How you feeling on this one?
Did you say it's at USC?
At USC.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. I don't know. Iowa, they damn near beat Oregon almost. So
Dog, give me Iowa. I told
yeah,
you, I called Iowa beating Oregon, and then Oregon puts together a 54-yard drive in under a minute
for
to
a
get a
field goal.
field goal to win it off. I was like, dog, Iowa should have won that game. Plain and simple. They just choked at the last second, which stinks. But Iowa's defense, I'll take that any day versus USC. Regardless of USC having a good offense, like Iowa just finds a way.
I agree.
All right, next one, Penn State at Michigan State. This is probably one of the two snooze fests of the week. Could be good, but I'm going to take Penn State in this one. Michigan State has just been falling apart left and right. Penn State gave Indiana a fight last week, so give me Penn State.
Yeah, I like Penn State too. I think that this week it looked like they literally just woke up and said, "Hey, we still have really good players. It doesn't really matter who's coaching us." So that's it's like, hey, we still have dudes. So that's why I think they're still going to win.
Yep. Next one's Maryland at Illinois. I think that should be a fun one, but I've got Illinois at home.
That's the correct answer, especially because the weather's getting cold. I feel like Illinois plays better the colder it gets.
All right, next one is Purdue at Washington. Now, look, I thought Washington was going to stomp on Wisconsin, and they didn't. And now Washington is favored by 15.5 points. Bro, give me Purdue on the spread, but I think Washington probably pulls this out.
That's kind of what my thoughts were. It'll be a hard-fought battle, but I think Washington still kind of finds a way. They get right this week.
Mm-hmm. All right, final one of the week, UCLA at Ohio State. Give me the number one team in the country, and I ain't even going to think twice about it. How about you?
Yep, that's correct.
All right, we're moving on then. We're moving on to Gophers talk. We're moving on to Oregon. Now, where the Gophers currently rank in the nation across offense and defense, if you're listening to the offensive portion, you might want to plug your ears, but they are the 93rd pass offense in the country, 121st rush offense in the country, 96th scoring offense in the country, and 118th total offense in the country of 133 teams, aka not good. Not good. Plain and simple, it is what it is.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at last week's stats. Sorry, I know you were going to the defense, but
No, you're good.
looking into last week's stats, and I was kind of like, how the hell did we win this game? Like we uglied our way through that Michigan State game. It's impressive how badly we can win games.
Dog, they're trying to be the best version of Iowa that they can be. Like, just play ugly and win the game. Like, that's what the Gophers are trying to do. PJ has always given Kirk Ferentz all the love and credit, and now he's like, all right, we just got to win ugly. That's what they do, right? We gonna do the same thing.
Hey, we're going bowling, baby. We're going bowling. So
We
I'm
are
not
going
mad.
bowling. All right, flipping to the defense, things look a lot better on that side. 46th in pass defense, not great, but not terrible. Top 50. Rush defense, we're 21st in the nation. Scoring defense, 39th. Total defense, 21st. Sacks, we are 4th in the country. Anthony Smith leading the way. Total team sacks, we have 32. And then in turnovers, we are tied for 86. Now, we haven't had a turnover in like 2 to 3 games. The Gophers got to get it right on these turnovers overall. But as we look towards Oregon, this is where things are going to get scary. I'm going to let you kick off this Oregon talk because the Gophers fans are going to need a little bit of optimism after what I got to say.
Look, I dug through the numbers, and now I can say a lot of things. Here's the thing: this defense, if we can make tackles and complete tackles, I think we can actually hang around. We can hang around in this game because if they break tackles, they're gonna run all over us. They have huge plays. I can't remember what game it was, but it was 30-yard touchdown, 20-yard touchdown, rushing touchdowns. We're good against the run. So if we can
He
bottle up
might
the
not be
run,
after this week.
if we can bottle up the run, I'm saying we could cover the spread. Okay.
You look. I need all the hope and the optimism that I can get because look, as I look at this, I wrote in my notes the Gophers have very little hope in this game. I said this will be the third game that is on the road and playing a top 5 defense in the country. The last 2 times we did that, we lost 42-3 and 41-3. So if you want my prediction, you might be able to guess it here pretty soon. But overall, this Gophers team needs Jesus himself on that field if they want to have a chance at pulling this dub off. And I don't think he's coming back to run for the Minnesota Gophers. So I think this is going to be a tough one.
Okay, bear with me. We haven't had a Darius Taylor game yet. We haven't had a Coy Parrish game yet.
We've had 2 Darius Taylor games. They were just quiet, but they were nasty. Both 140-plus rushing yards.
We haven't had a loud one yet. What if we get both in the same week? Anything is possible.
Hey, that's a lot of ifs. That's a lot of what ifs right there for me. Now, you look at this Oregon defense, 29th against the run. That is their weakest number across the board. So 29th against the run, still top 30.
Thanks for starting out with bad stats.
First in pass defense. 6th in scoring defense, 3rd in total defense. Now, they don't get turnovers, tied for 41st, and they don't get sacks, tied for 9th. 99th, tied for 99th. But at the same time, they still have 2 big-time pass rushers in Tatum Tuoti and Mateo Uangalele. 8.5 sacks combined between the two of them on 47 total pressures. So those dudes are living in the backfield, even though they're not getting crazy amounts of sacks overall. 8.5 is still good between the two. And then their leading tackler is Boetcher. He's a linebacker, 71 tackles, leads the team by almost 30 tackles total, has a sack, has an interception, has a forced fumble. This dude is just everywhere on the goddamn field. So you got to know where Boetcher is. You got to know where the 2 defensive ends are. And then on top of that, their secondary just plays really well. Now, if you look at PFF, Minnesota has 8 players that are rated 70 or above, 70 to 80 in the PFF grades on defense. So that is above average to really good. This Oregon team has 15 players rated 70 to 80 on PFF on defense alone. So their defense just has dudes, and then the dudes behind them are dudes. They get it done. So overall, that's just the defense. I haven't even brought up their offense yet. Their offense, they got not 1, not 2. They've got 3 running backs who all have above 400 yards rushing. Whittington's 551 and 4. Jordan Davison is 404 and 10 touchdowns. And De'Aaron Hill was like, oh, go ahead and give me 402 and 4 more touchdowns. Goddamn.
They have guys everywhere. But one thing I will say, the best part about PFF and their ratings, you can always just say that doesn't matter. If it's a stat going for your team and making your team look good, you post that on social media. It's awesome. But if it's going against, you just say, well, those numbers are skewed and it's not real.
PFF. Who cares about PFF?
Exactly. Right. In this case, it was what I did for the 6 years Brev was in college football. Every time he's highest graded PFF player of the week. Well, yeah, 2 drops. It didn't matter. It's a good stat. Yeah, if it looks good on paper, you post it. But if it sucks, you just say it doesn't matter. So
it's PFF. Who cares?
In this case, it's PFF. Is stupid. So exactly. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
All right, so they got 3 running backs. They got a good defense. So you're like, all right, so they got to suck with the quarterback and the receivers, right? Quarterback, rock solid, 70.5 completion percentage, 1,884 pass yards, 19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Rock solid. Could be one of the better quarterbacks in the draft if he comes out. Then they've got Decorian Moore, just a true freshman with 443 yards and 3 touchdowns. Then they've got Kenyon Sadiq, who's 6'7" tight end, who's athletic, fast, 311 yards and 5 touchdowns. But Tristyn, here is your positive. Decorian Moore and Kenyon Sadiq both dealing with injuries. Not sure if they're going to play in this game, But then you still got the 3 running backs for Oregon that are running all over the field.
That is tough. That is tough. They did just say, hey, if your last name is Moore, come to the Ducks. And be great. And be great.
Dante, Corian, they just be calling him D. Hey, D.
Yeah,
Hey, D.
D Moore. Like, both of you, come over here.
Crazy.
Yeah, when you put down the stats, it's not as fun. But anything is possible. This is college football we're talking about. This is college football.
Dog, I would want to be right there with you, stride for stride, be like, oh, they just like came down to the wire with Iowa, but we didn't compete with Iowa. If we would have competed with Iowa and been in like a 24-21 game and all that, I'd be like, let's go. We can do this. Let's get it. Like, time to turn a swag on. Dog, we didn't compete with Iowa. We didn't compete with Ohio State. This defense is literally rated smack dab in the middle between Iowa and Ohio State. Ohio State is 1, Oregon is 3, Iowa is 5. Like, if we couldn't pass or run on Iowa and we couldn't pass or run on Ohio State, I just don't know how I can talk myself into us being able to pass or run on this team.
Yeah, I'm trying so hard to be optimistic, but even when I was going through this, I first of all, jarring that there's only 3 games left. I mean, and a bowl game. That is so depressing. So depressing. But part of me was kind of like, maybe we just start prepping for our Wisconsin because that has to be a guaranteed win. We gotta just start prepping.
We can't look past Northwestern because if we lose again to Northwestern, I don't care that they're having
that's
a better
2 years
year.
in a row.
If we lose to Northwestern, we can't. No, we can't. So.
What kind of topsy-turvy world are we living in if we lose to Northwestern and we finish the season with the same record as Penn State? What is this place?
College football, man. It's a weird sport. It's a wild sport. Now,
you just said it yourself, so anything could happen this weekend.
No, I did not say anything could happen because this is one of them things. Look, I'm gonna give you my keys for the game. My keys for the game will tell you exactly how I believe if it's a wild anything could happen. Ready?
Be like lightning strikes the field. Dan Lanning catches COVID. He can't coach.
My keys for this game: simplify the offense so you can actually get some ball movement. Number 2, the defense plays out of their mind and generates 2 turnovers. Two plus turnovers. Number 3, the most important one, pray. You got to pray. You got to pray that something can happen.
You planning for a Pop Warner game.
Dog, I don't know. I don't see a way to go for it.
You said, keep it simple, play hard, and have hope.
Who got the snacks this week? Who got the snacks?
Somebody's mom got to bring oranges.
You got the orange slices in the Capri Suns, all right? Because it's probably going to be an ass whooping this weekend. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not, and if I'm wrong, I will happily be wrong. But look, they'd say, "Fool me once, shame on you." That's Ohio State. Fool me twice, shame on me. That's Iowa. I ain't gonna get fooled again. Oregon, good luck. My biggest takeaway from this week: don't get hurt, so we can hopefully play good against Northwestern and Wisconsin and get an 8-win season. If we get an 8-win season, I will take that. I will be happy with it. I will be disappointed that we lost to Cal, because I think that could have been a 9-win, looking at a 10-win with that bowl game. But we showed our cards against the ranked schools this year, and I ain't got no hope. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I will say I am in the same boat as you when it comes to looking back at the season. I mean, other than Cal sucked that we dropped that one, because that really did change the outlook. Because losing to Iowa, Wisconsin, or Iowa, oh God, I almost said Wisconsin. Losing Iowa, and we haven't lost to Oregon yet, and I'm not going to say we will, but Ohio State, like, those were 3 games we kind of had, to get to 10-2 for me, we really needed to win one of these ones, and we have not. So,
don't worry though. Some of the Nebraska fans jumped in my Twitter comments and talked about how the Gophers played their best game against Nebraska, and obviously it was a fluke. But I digress.
It was our Super Bowl.
I digress. The Nebraska fans, they keep me going. All right, let's move it over to the predictions. Now, I'm pulling the quarterback line straight from Underdog. They've got Drake Lindsey's pass yard set at 137.5 yards. Are you taking the over or the under?
Oh, my word. Disrespectful. I mean, I'm take the over. I'm take the 130 yards.
Dog, I'm taking the under. Drake Lindsey against Ohio State had 94 yards. Drake Lindsey against Iowa had 109 yards. I'm taking the under. Like,
Anything
again,
is possible.
fool me once, shame on you.
And me, I'm ready to get hurt again. I'm ready to get my hopes up. I'm going to be on my couch
Drake,
on Friday, ready to rip. I'm going to be in my Gopher gear.
I think Drake is more than talented enough to throw for more than that. But just with how complex our offense feels like they have to be and how much time the O-line hasn't been able to give, and then how much our wide receivers can't separate, this isn't even me speaking on Drake Lindsey right now. This is me speaking on everything else is not working in his advantage to get him there. So I'm going to take the under. Flip side, other quarterback. His line is set at 201.5. What do you got, the over or the under?
Ooh, I think that's going to probably be over. Our secondary is just sometimes these guys. I'm gonna say over.
I don't know what to say on this one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to take the over, but like I said, their top two pass catchers might not play in this game, and they've got 3 stud running backs. So it's like I think he could be right at that 200. I'm going to take the under just to be different from you and hopefully create some separation. I need to rerun the points again, see where we're actually at on these bad boys. Next question we've got, though, which Gophers receiver will lead the team this week?
I got Javon Tracy. Every week I do that. I'm so sorry.
You always catch yourself, though. It's cool.
I do. It's tough.
All right, I will take Le'Meke Brockington then. Then yardage given up by the Gophers defense this week. What do you got?
It's just not going to be pretty, is it? I don't know this D-line. This D-line stays stout. We can stop the run. We can stop a little bit of this run.
I would just like to tell you, last week you said the Gophers would have 260 yards given up to Michigan State. We gave up 467 yards to Michigan State's offense, the most they've had all year.
You know, I've been closer on a few predictions, but that was not one of them. Give me 385 yards.
Ooh. And that's not even like, that's high, and that's still not even a bad prediction. Like,
well, that's why I gotta win the competition still. I want to try to win the competition.
No, I feel you. I don't want to say 400.
Yeah, that's where I was at. I'm like, there's no way 400 is coming out of my mouth.
I'll go 365 and just hope it's a better day for the Golden Gophers. All right, first touchdown. I'm taking the first pick, and I am saying Darius Taylor. I don't know if he'll be back. I saw him at the women's basketball game the other day, and we dapped up, and it was tight, but I'm going to speak it into existence. Let's get Darius Taylor back in the end zone and playing healthy.
I love that. I'm going to actually, I wrote down, I'm changing my mind right now. If you're going DT, I'm going to say Drake Lindsey. A little rushing touchdown.
All right, then I'm gonna go with Fame Ijiboy, cover my grounds there and make sure if Darius Taylor does not play, I will take the running backs.
That's who I had written down, but I don't know. I have a feeling. I got a feeling.
All right, you get one more.
Give me Javon Tracy. We also didn't spend enough time on how bad. I've seen so many replays of Drake Lindsey's touchdown after that game. And I hope somebody talked to him. I hope somebody sat him down and said, listen to me. That is not how you reach for the pylon. Never again. Don't ever let me catch a screenshot of you looking like this again.
I was trying not to put it out there in the ether.
Put your shoulder down and put it into that little cornerback.
I was trying not to put it in the ether, just try to let it pass on by, let it be bygones bygones, and hopefully we never see it again. But everybody's talking about how clutch he is, so I'll stick with that. I wasn't going to come after him.
It was insane. When I watched it happen, I left the room because we were going to go live right away, and then my boy was in the my brother was like, "Hey, they're reviewing it." I'm like, "Oh no."
Oh, all right. Do the Gophers score on their first drive?
No. I'm just gonna say no because it never happens.
I'm with you. I'm gonna put a no on that one. All right. How many?
They're gonna go 80 yards right down the field now that we guessed no.
Good. Let's talk them all. Make them
love it.
pissed.
I
Make them
love it.
pissed. How many turnovers do the Gophers get this week, if any, and who gets them?
What about one interception, one Corey Parrish interception?
I'm pretty sure you've said this for like 4 straight weeks.
Because it has to happen. It literally, statistically, it has to happen.
I'm going 0. No turnovers. I know in my keys to the game, I said we got to get 2+. But like I said, you can kind of guess where my prediction is going for this week. All right, who leads the team in tackles? I'm going to rock with Kerry Brown because I think that the running backs might get so far into our secondary that Kerry Brown is going to be the one who has to stop them.
No, I'm going Devin Williams. Right up front.
That's fair. All right, how many sacks and who?
2. Anthony Smith, obviously, because he is a problem, and Devin Williams.
All right, I am going to go. I think their quarterback has been sacked 7 times total on the year.
Ooh.
So I'm going to go with 2. And I'm going to go with Anthony Smith and my boy Carter Menz. Keep it rolling. All right, who is your offensive player of this game?
I'm consistent. Javon Tracy. It's his day.
All right, I'm going to say if DT plays, let's go DT because, that's the weakest part of their defense. Even though it's not weak, it's still top 30, and they're legit as hell. But we're going to go DT, back healthy, running it up. Let's get it. All right, defensive player of the game. I'm going to say Devin Williams. I think Devin Williams is going to have a busy day. I know I didn't take him as my tackle leader, but, we're going to just make sure we cover the board, cover all our bases here.
Yeah. I think I'm going to just stick chalky, too, and go Anthony Smith as well.
All right, final score predictions. What do you got?
I haven't even written it down, dog, because I'm so... All right. If we try our hardest, okay, the inches we need are all around us. I am gonna say the score is 35 to 10. Cover the spread. If it's 25.5, if you get them at 25.5, that covers. Hell yeah. By half a point. Right. And it'll be the greatest cover ever.
So far this year, Dan Lanning has put up 59 points, 69 points, 34 points, 41 points, 30, 56, 21, and 18. Now, their last 2 games have been their lowest scoring games on the season. I think Dan Lanning's going to be out here trying to prove a point that we're not falling down. I've got Oregon 49, and I've got Minnesota at 10. I wanted to put 3. I know you did. I really did. But I figured I'd at least equal it out. And if I'm going to give the Gophers an extra touchdown, I'm going to give the Ducks an extra touchdown. So 49-10 in favor of Oregon.
Nope, I feel good about my score. That's the over, and that's a good cover right there. That's a great cover.
All right, so what's your biggest worry heading into this week?
Oh, brother, the Ducks. I wasted all my I used so much optimism against Ohio State. I was so excited. I screamed, shocked the world so many times. It's the tackling. If it's literally, bro, these dudes break tackles on teams that are good at tackling, and they just rip off long runs.
Yeah.
And we do not make good tackles. That is my biggest concern.
Dog, I need to clip that forever. What is your biggest worry? Oh boy, the Ducks.
Welcome to the Ducks for Broke podcast, because that's what we've been doing all week, all day.
All right. I was very similar to you, and I said our entire offense is my biggest worry of this game. I don't know if it's the pass game, the run game, the blocking. Like you pick your poison. Any part of our offense, that's my worry. I don't think I think that Greg Harbaugh, his concepts and his offensive system, it's too complex. It's too like yes, it's pro style, awesome, but we don't have the personnel. If you were coaching at Oregon or you're coaching at Oklahoma or someone that's getting all these huge 5-star recruits and all that, then maybe it will work out because you have enough of the trench play to really hold up and give your quarterback all the time and all these things. But we don't have that. We don't have it consistently. Some games we got it and it looks great, and the games we don't, it looks downright despicable. So I think Greg Harbaugh has to find a way to adjust and simplify, or he's got to go. Like plain and simple. That's kind of where I'm starting to get at. So I hate to call for anybody's job, but if we can't find a way to simplify and move the ball up the field, get our quarterback more than 100 yards against real teams, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's going to be tough sledding. It's going to be a tough game, but by this time Friday, I'm telling you, I'm all the way back in. I'm going to be cheering so hard. I'm going to do everything I can. I can guarantee all the listeners, I promise you I will do everything I can to win it, help us win this game. I
I will
personally
be
guarantee I will do everything I can.
I will be East Coast time. I'm still figuring out how I'm going to hop on this live, but that means
Ropes, bro.
my game may start until 9 p.m. and
Ropes.
I'm at a work function, and I think that we're supposed to be done at like 10, so it might be perfect for me that it's on the East Coast because then I'll actually get to watch most of the game. But
We might not know this yet, but tell me that the Gophers versus Northwestern isn't like just hidden in the 11 o'clock slot on Saturday next week.
you'll hate to know this, it's not even scheduled yet, and it won't be until Sunday. So we don't even know when we play against Northwestern.
We played one 11 o'clock game this year, dog. Like
That's
it's
like the
all.
same as last year. We
I
barely
hate
ever
it so
played.
much. Stick
I
us in
agree.
that. So
I agree.
it
I
is
hate
kind of
the night
nice
game.
though. It
I
is going to
hate the
be a
night game.
relaxing Saturday. That it's going to be Saturday, and the Cowboys don't play on Sunday. I got
For you, I'm working
two
on
bye
Saturday.
weekends. I got 2 bye
Oh,
weekends. No, stress-free football.
your boy is at a work conference starting tomorrow through Sunday, so I am going to be working from morning till midnight. And the only time I'm taking a break is to come in live with y'all. So hopefully you'll tap in. All right, we got two more things to talk about here. First one,
Yep.
out of nowhere player for this week.
Dog.
If that
Well,
don't say it all.
no, well, I'm just trying to think of some scenarios here. And like I said before, we didn't get a Coy Parrish game yet. So technically, if I say him, that's out of nowhere, right?
I mean, it might be because Koya has been struggling this year. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna paint it with rosy colored glasses. It hasn't been a great year for Coy. I hope he cleans it up. I hope he gets his confidence and his swagger right. But right now, as a safety, I've been asking myself more often than not, why is that receiver behind our deepest safety? And then I'm like, oh, Coy cheated up, or Coy was trying to make a play or like put himself in position to get an interception, and then they're finding the opening behind him on a post route, and it's just like it's been tough. It's been tough, and it's not just Coy; it's
I
a
think
lot of
it's
different
good.
players that are out of
I think it's
position at
good though.
times. Huh?
Sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I
No,
mean, Coy is a stud. He's a stud, plain and simple. But he is struggling here and there, and I think everybody on this team just needs to find a way to get their swagger back.
oh yeah, I definitely. I mean, we talked about it at the beginning of the year. Like, it's still a fairly young team. There's a lot of guys that are going to be coming back next year, and I think there was some that
Hopefully.
we were kind of like, well, hopefully, yes, very much so, hopefully. But I think it's kind of a good learning curve because Coy literally got into this, I said the league and was like, "This is incredible. This is the best. I'm so good. This is so easy." And then you kind of get like, now I have these people around me and things look a little bit differently and I can't do all the things that I want to do. And so maybe it's a good learning curve. It all comes back to center next year and we make a championship run. This is just the start of the championship DVD. How did we get here? How did we get here? We're going to be looking back next year. How did we get here?
I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that.
But
My out of
don't leave it at that. Don't let that be the last thing people hear.
My out of nowhere player of the week is Matthew Kingsbury. I think he's been getting more take and he's been doing well. So I'll put him in there. My final question for you, Tristyn. I saw it pop up on Twitter and I want your thoughts. Bunch of Oregon Duck fans talking about Bucky Irving and talking about how he had to leave this poverty program to be able to get himself to the NFL because he would have no hope getting to the NFL from here. Then there were other people saying he left because we wouldn't allow him to be called Bucky because Wisconsin fans and their mascot is Bucky, so we wouldn't allow him to be called Bucky, though I'm pretty sure everybody I talked to called him Bucky while he's here. But other Wisconsin fans, or not Wisconsin, Oregon fans, said that he really wanted to play with Noah Whittington. Like he just really wanted to be in the backfield with Noah Whittington because they could do something special. But like my head went like, well, if that was the case, wouldn't he really want to play with Mo Ibrahim because they could really do something special? I think the biggest thing for Bucky, and I don't blame Bucky one bit, not one. I would have done the same thing. I think Bucky got a bag, and I don't blame him for getting the bag. In fact, I don't think Bucky got the bag. I know Bucky got the bag. I have heard the numbers that Bucky has got, and I do not blame him one bit for that bag.
I have to agree with you. I love Bucky. Is Bucky probably one of my top 5 favorite college running backs to watch of all time? Buddy just bouncing off people. Love Bucky. He's the man. And yeah, I think NIL probably had a big thing to do with it. I ain't never heard nobody not call him Bucky. I don't even remember what it is. It Marquise?
Yeah.
I ain't never heard nobody call him that. I don't think his mama call him that.
I don't even think his mom would call him that. You ain't wrong about it. He said, and there was some Minnesota account tweeted, oh, PJ said that the team won't call him Bucky, they call him Bucko. Look, bro, I don't think anybody has called him Bucko. Like, plain and simple. No way. I've heard PJ talk about how Bucky came back to campus last year, like 6 months ago, like last offseason. He came back to campus and he talked about how he enjoyed his time here and he still has a good relationship with the coaching staff and stuff like that. Like, and he called him Bucky. And when he said Bucky came back last whatever, like,
I don't think Bucky has any ill will towards anyone in his heart. I don't think he's capable of it. Like he had to go. They had that dollar sign for him and he was like, yeah, this is probably for the best. Bucky was going to be great either way.
Right. I think Bucky was going to find his way to the league some way, somehow. Other people had said that the offensive style doesn't complement his play style as much. I could see the case for it. If you're talking about as a runner and you talk about we're coming off the Mo Ibrahim years, I would argue like, well, if we were going to run Bucky like that, like, goddamn, he was going to have all the touches in the world. But on the flip side, we didn't pass to the running back a lot back then. And you also don't want to run his wheels off and get him hurt. So I can't see the case for the offensive system not playing to his favor as much as he would like to be used in that dual threat capacity. You look at it now with Darius Taylor, though, and they use him in the dual threat capacity, but injuries are happening, and it's because they put a lot on Darius Taylor's plate. So I can see the case for it. I mean, regardless, I'm just happy Bucky got to the league. I love watching him. He's on Tampa, which is my pops' favorite team, so I definitely hear about it all the time.
But the Tampa Bay Gophers.
I'm kind of deep down, like, I don't know if Tampa would have took him if he didn't have some sort of time with the Gophers, since they loved him. They loved them Gophers out there in Tampa. So I bet you they were evaluating Bucky and they're like, yeah, we like this kid. He's good. That Oregon kid, yeah, he's nice. He does this, that, and the other, but kind of small. We'll see what happens. Oh shit, he went to Minnesota too? Oh, put him on the board. Put him on the board.
Get him on the board.
We love our Gophers. Kokeeft, Antoine Winfield Jr. Yeah, put him on the board.
Give them all a look.
Tyler Johnson? Yep, go ahead. Put him on the board.
Yep.
All right, man. That's going to do it for us here at the Gopher Broke podcast. We enjoy y'all. We appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe over on YouTube. Follow wherever you get your podcast. Leave a 5-star review. The channel is building slowly but surely. We're coming over from lockdown and we're doing it our way. We hope you're enjoying it. If you are, be sure to tap in with our lives. Jump in the comments over on YouTube. We'll put those up on the live shows as well. Until game day, which is Friday, we'll see you then. Row the boat, Scotty Ma, go Gophers. As always, please don't forget to hit subscribe.